One of the most popular suggestions in psychology in recent years is this: forgive and let go. But does forgiving really always benefit our psychology? Here, I want to say a big no. Because there is a version of forgiveness called toxic forgiveness. This type of forgiveness not only damages a person's psychology, but also encourages the people they forgive to make mistreating them and acting unfairly a habit. So, what is this toxic forgiveness, and how can we get rid of it? When someone wrongs you, treats you unfairly, or betrays you, if you immediately forgive them without showing your anger, without reacting, without protecting yourself, do you know what happens? A very powerful energy emerges inside. Negative, suppressed energy. This energy either disrupts your psychology, leading to depression, or turns into anger directed at innocent people who have done nothing wrong. So anger either turns inward or is directed outward. But if you had expressed that emotion, the situation would have been completely different. There's also this. When you forgive people who wrong you too easily, the other side starts to think, so I can behave however I want. People around those who are overly generous with forgiveness gradually turn this into a habit. After all, there's no reaction, no boundaries, and this situation eventually turns into a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle that slowly ruins your life. First, let me be clear. You don't have to forgive everyone. There is no such obligation. Sometimes, instead of forgiving, it is enough to simply reach the point of indifference. I believe this. When someone wrongs you, no matter what, you need to express yourself. Some people get so caught up in the idea of being a good person that they say, I shouldn't get angry, I should always be calm. No, you don't have to be calm all the time. You can yell, you can scream, you can let your anger out. As long as you're not hurting anyone, there's nothing wrong with that. First, let me be clear. You don't have to forgive everyone. There is no such obligation. Sometimes, instead of forgiving, it is enough to simply reach the point of indifference. I believe this. When someone wrongs you, no matter what, you need to express yourself. Some people get so caught up in the idea of being a good person that they say, I shouldn't get angry, I should always be calm. No, you don't have to be calm all the time. You can yell, you can scream, you can let your anger out. As long as you're not hurting anyone, there's nothing wrong with that. The second important issue, distance. To prevent someone who has treated you badly from doing it again, you need to establish emotional and sometimes physical distance. If you don't want to completely remove that person from your life and are considering giving them another chance, don't give that chance right away. There must be a consequence. Generally, this consequence involves reducing the closeness slightly. You must make them feel that things aren't as easy as they used to be, because some people only realize they can change when there's a consequence. Some people apologize very easily, saying it won't happen again is not difficult for them. But remember this. People apologize easily, but change is hard. So don't look at words. Look at actions. Give it some time to observe. If the actions don't change, forgiving them only encourages the other person. And it leads to you experiencing the same things over and over again. Some people may have worn you down, hurt you deeply, or broken your heart. You may not forgive them. That is your right. But holding a grudge should not turn into a constant battle in your mind. Constantly wondering, why did they do this to me, only wears you down. It is enough to accept this. This person is who they are, and I no longer want them in my life. This is not revenge. It is a decision to protect yourself. Forgiving too quickly, forgiving undeservedly, often makes the other person think, I can behave however I want. But at some point in life, we need to learn this. No one thinks about us as much as we do. Toxic forgiveness feeds on the fear of worthlessness, the fear of being alone, or the anxiety of being a bad person. But sometimes trying to be a good person is the greatest harm one can do to oneself.